Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm Steven.
I'm Candace.
And we are coming to you from Arcana Mind Body Spirit. We're coming to you live from our crystal garden. Again, good weather outside
Right?
again. Loving this.
Beautiful.
It's good.
I mean, I'm still wearing a shirt, but...
I mean, I left my clothes at home. So it's all good for me. I'm loving it. All right, today's topic.
We're talking about the direction east, which is the element of air. And we're talking about, we're looking at our new beginnings that have taken place in the last year. Which is hard. It's hard for me. It doesn't always have to feel good.
Yeah.
But it is a new beginning, and I feel like the world had to have a new beginning.
Yes, there was a lot of restructuring there for sure.
Yeah.
So we're coming to you live from the eastmost direction of our garden.
Yes.
And in our area, there's always like hawk medicine flying above us here, so it makes it pretty apropos. So why don't you dive in? Let's talk about your east of 2020.
My east of 2020. I feel like most people, obviously, I've never lived through a pandemic before. So
hopefully we don't get used to having to do that.
Yeah, hopefully. That was a new beginning. I've never really experienced such a loud social rights movement in my adult life. I mean, there's lots of things happening in the 80s, but I mean that I was very conscious for and very in.
Yeah.
So I think those were two very new things. The pandemic changed my life in a lot of ways, and just the way that I had to live, the choices I had to make, who I was able to see, where I was able to go. That was very... It changed everything. It changed the way that my life is going to look moving forward, even past this point. I think that the loudness and like actually listening to some of the people that I love and care about stand for social rights movements that are very important to me because I'm a person of color and it's unavoidable. But I think that it was avoidable for a lot of the people that are in my personal world because I'm in predominantly white spaces. I was always alone in those things, and these conversations weren't really being had. And now they are, and I think it changed the dynamic that I had with some people. It let me cut some of the fat off of my social circle, and it also solidified some of my members of my social circle and changed the way that I communicate, and it changed the way I think that we all move through our spaces, and just being really, really conscious of the way that we're talking and the jokes and the things and that might be funny, and there's a lot more of like, oh, actually that's inappropriate, and changing
that awareness that the words have power.
It changed a lot. Not that I was, not that we were like all racist and terrible people making horrible jokes. We made some probably pretty horrible jokes, but it definitely brought an awareness to the power of words and the power of taking no action.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So I feel like those were in a very stagnant place. Those were the new beginnings of my life in the last year, at least, that I can think of right now. What about you?
I always get this nervous laugh when it turns over to me now, because she's so succinct with her emotions. And
I just expect you to start talking, so I was like, you may speak now. You may go.
And you.
And you. It's just like that loud, like staticky sound.
Yeah.
I pass the microphone.
So new beginnings for me in 2020. I would say the 2020 that I had mapped out was probably going to be one of the most exciting years of my life, but there wouldn't have been a lot of new. It was going to be a lot of the same, which is great. I'm very blessed, but there was definitely a feeling, especially now in retrospect, that it would have been a lot of the same. And this year, there has been so many new things. So many new things. Like, I'm living in a different place now, and I've had a lot more time to sort of devote to things I care about, like relationships in my life, and friendships, and even just more time for spiritual practice. That's been a lot. It's been a lot of good work for my mental clarity. And I guess clarity is sort of the overall gift. It's sort of resetting structures, like maybe I do want to learn to cook more. Maybe I do want to spend more time with my friends' kids. Maybe I do want to...
You made a garden.
I made a garden. I had like the blackest thumb ever, and now I'm like growing really fruitful things. So there's been so much, and at first it was very easy for me to overlook a lot of these things, but in retrospect, there's so much beauty in some of the clarity that I have gotten this year, I feel. It's a very personal explanation, but yeah, for me, that's my clarity.
I feel like that's all it can't, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like there might be a general census in the fact that anything that's new is going to be personal.
Right.
And it seems small, but I think that these moments, the small things, are actually the bigger things.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. And I probably wouldn't have thought that last year. I wouldn't have.
Yeah. Like I think with people out there who like had a wedding, huge wedding planned, and couldn't have that, and like what maybe their wedding became instead, and like what that felt like. I feel like those are the new beginnings, like those, like handling and coping.
Yeah.
You know, like this. Essentially, we all had to check our coping skills.
Yeah.
Jump into our
look
coping
at what our
skills.
behaviors are, our living behaviors. Yeah, for sure. And I think we keep coming back to this on a lot of our videos right now, but I think it's extremely relevant in the East in that, like, if you spent the year just being like, oh, when will I be able to do this? Oh, I didn't get to do this. So, for example, if we're taking that large 400, 500 person wedding, did those people just postpone and they're going to have another 500 person wedding next year, and they were just waiting, and they sort of missed the gifts of this whole year because they're just waiting for the world to look different, or the same, to look exactly the same. Whereas I'm sure there are people who are having a 400 person wedding and they're like, you know what, maybe that's not what this is about for us. Maybe I have a different value system that's sort of lost in this hype and this brouhaha of 400 person weddings. Yeah. You know, and to me that's a much more beautiful shift.
Or just having to say no because they didn't want their loved ones to get sick.
Yeah, exactly. Right? But we won't talk about that during this
power
video.
of choice, right?
Yeah.
and it leads you to where you need to go.
Yeah.
Might have had that wedding and people who are close to them might have got sick, might have got shut down mid-wedding, and it was ruined, and it was a terrible time. I don't know.
And it's very easy to sort of be judgmental, but you know what? It sounds like we're laughing about these things, but I feel like it comes down to coping. I think people have different levels of self-awareness and understanding, and wherever their coping skills lay, maybe it is to just go ahead and have that.
Well, that's what's best for them in that moment,
and we shouldn't judge any of that.
Yeah.
And just as I hope like people wouldn't judge me or you based on any of the choices that we made either.
Absolutely. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so now looking ahead, 2021. What new beginnings are you hoping to manifest next year?
New beginnings. My new beginnings for 2021 would be in career, would be in my home, would be, I think in like the dynamics of my home, my love life, my career. Those are the three basics I feel like are definitely going to have a major change.
I really feel that for
a
you.
new beginning and the year coming.
Yeah, I feel like by the end of next year, when we're talking about like our wrap-ups around in between Samhain and Yule and stuff like that, I feel like, yeah,
I
there's change.
I think that's where it's going to be. Because, I mean, it's been stagnant for so long, and ultimately I know it's not going to stay this way. It just doesn't.
It doesn't.
Things don't life doesn't just stay exactly how it eventually it changes, and it's not like I'm putting the efforts forward to have those changes.
Yeah.
So I know that it's coming. So this time next year.
Yeah. And
I'll definitely see those changes.
I think for you in these manifesting changes, I'm not sure how to articulate this, but I feel like there is a sense of divine timing. Like, had you gotten a career during this time, it would look like a COVID career, not the dream career. I think there'll be a more perspective on that, which is also one of the gifts of the East, right? The perspective and the clarity to be like, right.
Yeah.
That's why maybe some waiting took place. That's why it felt like some things took long. I feel like there's a huge element of divine timing because you're not settling. You're not just going for the next version of some of those things you're trying to manifest.
Yeah.
You're going for like the level up version of these things, which I think take place in a different environment than what some of the energies of this year look like.
That's true.
I'm excited for 2021 for you. I'm like I get excited when I look at her for 2021. I think it's gonna be wild. I'm gonna like sit here with popcorn. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So for you, what's it gonna be? What are the new beginnings of 2021 for you? I
still am unclear. I know that it's based around integration. I know that is where my energies have to lie, because right now this year and the things I've loved about this year and what my life usually looks like, there's so much dissonance there that it's like I need to find that integration of being able to accomplish all of the things that I want to accomplish. And there's a way. There's 100% a way. There is a way. So somewhere in there, like that integration of trying to have kind of like have the cake and eat it too, and do the work and do the stuff and have the time and have it all work out so I don't feel burned out.
Yeah.
But like I have all these projects that I want to have come to completion, and they're so much closer to fruition right now than they've ever been. But it's because of the amount of time that I've had to get to it. So for me, that's where that integration of everything that I want and how to make that work, that's where my greatest path of next year is going to be. And I think in doing that, I could have one of the most abundant years of my life.
Yeah.
I think I could have a wild, like, I get smiles when I think about it. Like, it's going to be wild. And I think the reminder of, like, I am the captain of my own ship. I can create these things. I can make those things happen.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I need to keep coming back to that. So that's where I think I'm at right now. I think I'll have a more succinct answer as the year tones down, I believe. Yeah. What about you guys? Please comment below. Check us out. Send some live videos on our Instagram page. We'd love to hear what things you felt were your greatest gifts from the East last year, and what you're hoping to manifest next year. What new beginnings are coming for you?
Yes.
Like, let's imagine every single viewer that is watching us right now has one of their like dreams come true. Like, it makes me super excited to feel like that is always possible.
And I want to know what you did to get there.
Yeah.
What tools are you using? What are you doing to get there? Are you meditating every day? Are you doing movement every day? Are you praying every day? Are you journaling every day? Are you doing ritual? What are you doing? How are you getting there?
And maybe it's okay that you don't know what to do. I think there's a lot of healing and understanding that not everyone's journey is going to look the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
And next year, as we move forward with our Conscious CoCreation program, one of the things we're going to be trying to do is pull from as many modalities as we can to help manifest all of our new beginnings and dreams together. Yeah. So we're really excited about it. We have some exciting things planned for you guys. So if you haven't heard about our Conscious CoCreation program starting in January, please check out some of our other videos. Like and subscribe, and you'll get all the information that you need. I think we're good on that, East, huh?
Yeah. Thanks, East.
Thanks, East.
Thank ya.
Namaste.
Namaste.